Hello students, in this lesson let us study about the ponding. We will see what exactly is the ponding, necessity, its important, the location of providing ponding and the design process. So it's a very small topic that we have to study. So to get started with, let us first understand the meaning of the term ponding. So ponding simply indicates that it is a means of providing temporary storage of your runoff prior to its entry into the underground drainage system. So temporarily we have to store the runoff before it gets into the underground drainage system. So this temporary storage is nothing but the ponding. Now next we have to see why exactly is this ponding necessary. Now if the airport site is subjected to say very high rainfall intensity, the drains of large sizes will be required to remove the storm water, right? So if there is high rainfall intensity, we will need what? Large drains. So under such circumstances, what we can do is the ponding may be used to effect a reduction in the cost of installation of the drainage system. So the major runways are provided with a drainage facility that would permit them from being put out of the operation, and some ponding is tolerated on the other portions of the airfield. Okay, so that's where the necessity of ponding arises. Next is the importance. Now it is desirable for us to provide the ponding wherever practically possible due to the fact that it grants protection to the pavement area, protection to pavement areas from the damage that may be caused because of the intensity of the storms, which is normally greater than the design value. Okay, next is location. Where exactly we have to provide the ponding. Normally this ponding can be provided in the open airfield area, or we can provide it in a graded area where it should not saturate or damage the subgrade or the base course. It is prohibited on the areas that might result in the damage due to the saturation of the pavement or subgrade or the base course. And such areas normally include your runways, taxiways, parking apron. So in all these places, we should not provide the ponding. Normally, we have to make sure that whatever ponding area is there, that is kept at a minimum distance of 22.5 meters from the edge of any pavement which we are choosing. Say it may be the runway pavement or taxiway pavement or the parking apron pavement. Finally, it's the design process. Now, for the purpose of the design, the ponding value may be assumed to be an inverted pyramid, or you can call it as truncated pyramid, whose height is equal to the depth of the water above the inlet at any stage. So this height is equal to what? Depth of storm water above the inlet at any stage. So this is about the height, and if we talk about the area of the pyramid, it should be area of base. Okay, area of base, it should be taken as the surface area of the pond. Normally the first step in the design procedure is that you have to establish the limits of the ponding area, and then with the help of grading and drainage plan, the volume in the various ponds are computed. Then a curve which is showing the duration of the storm and the runoff is prepared. A comparison is made between the discharge capacity of the tentative drainage pipes and the cumulative runoff from the design storm frequency. Then the difference in the ordinates, that is your cumulative runoff less discharge capacity, represent the amount of ponding at any instant after the beginning of the storm. And also the maximum value of ponding is obtained by scaling the large difference between the cumulative runoff curve and the discharge capacity curve. Normally the pond volume is slightly higher than the volume required for the maximum ponding. Okay, or else there will be a chance of overflow. So this is how we have to carry out the procedure of designing a ponding. So hope this lesson is clear to you. Thank you.